reculerons pas. C'est notre pays.
The collapse of France is now happening, and it is happening in full scale.
France is boiling and the fire is political. Today, cities across France exploded in anger. Thousands of protesters shut down highways, blocked fuel depots, and brought public transport to a halt. They called it the block everything revolution, and it worked. Within 48 hours, France's prime minister was removed in a historic no-confidence vote. Now, Macron's government is hanging by a thread. But this isn't just about France. What sparked this level of resistance? Why are French youth and workers saying enough is enough? And more importantly, why should Africa be paying close attention? Let's break it down. Right now, France is in chaos. Over 700 barricades and roadblocks have been set up across the country, blocking highways, rail lines, gas stations, and even Amazon depots. Cities like Paris, Rennes, Marseille, and Toulouse are on fire, not just literally, but politically. A bus was touched. Train cables were burned. Tear gas filled the air as protesters clashed with heavily armed riot police. The government responded with an unprecedented deployment of 80,000 security forces, the largest show of force since the Yellow Vest Uprising in 2018. More than 300 protesters have been arrested, yet the crowds keep growing. This is no ordinary protest, it's a full-blown people's rebellion. Why are they protesting? It all began with a harsh proposal from now ousted Prime Minister François Bayrou. Cut €44 billion, over $51 billion, from France's public budget. His plan included eliminating 2 national public holidays, freezing pensions starting 2026, slashing billions from healthcare and social services. To many French citizens, it was a direct attack on the working class, a government asking the people to suffer while the elites remain untouched. So they rose up. The backlash was so intense that Bayrou was removed by a no-confidence vote, a rare political earthquake in France. But the movement didn't stop there. Now, the people are turning their anger toward President Emmanuel Macron himself, chanting in the streets, "Macron must go." This is no longer just about budget cuts, it's about a broken system. A system that protects the rich, punishes the poor, and pretends the people don't exist.
The collapse of France is now happening, and it is happening in full scale. So after the Prime Minister of France was voted a vote of no confidence, you won't believe that today, being the 10th of September, there is a lot of protest in France, all over France, and now their government is going down. This is the same thing that is happening in Nepal, when the government does not do what it is required. But the Prime Minister of France, before he was ousted, he said, even after removing him, the problems will still persist. And the truth is now coming out that France was not using its resources to develop its country. It was using African resources from the Sahel states. A lot of uranium was coming from Niger, which was being used to power the whole of Paris. All the lights in Paris were coming from Niger because of the uranium in Niger. And now they have been kicked out of Africa and everything is crumbling. According to reports, Paris has a very few days before it goes off. All their electricity goes off because they no longer have the free uranium, and so many other things are going to collapse very, very soon.
Who is behind the Block Everything movement? The French streets may be burning, but behind the smoke is a deeper story. Many observers suspect that France's declining grip on Africa, especially after its humiliating exit from several Sahel nations like Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, is draining its influence and revenues, and may be part of the reason behind these austerity measures. In response, France turned inward, cutting billions from the working class instead of the corporate elite or colonial interest. And so, the resistance began. While the Block Everything movement first emerged from far-right online groups, it was quickly hijacked by the left and has now grown into a powerful, decentralized coalition of far-left political parties, labor unions, anti-fascist movements. Students and youth activists, working-class citizens from all backgrounds. There is no single leader, no central command. Just one loud, united voice. Stop the cuts. End elite impunity. Power to the people. Why this matters for Africa? What's happening in France isn't just about France. This is a global warning, especially for African governments. Whether in Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, South Africa, or Cameroon, the message is clear. Austerity has limits. Poverty cannot be solved by punishing the poor. When the people are ignored, they will rise. France is now facing the same storm it once fueled abroad, one built on inequality, arrogance, and elite detachment. Just like the Yellow Vest Uprising. Just like the Arab Spring. And just like the mass youth protests rising across Africa, this may be the beginning of a new global wave of resistance. And Africa should not only pay attention. Africa should take note. What do you think? Should African nations take a lesson from the streets of France? Can the people of Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, or South Africa come together like this to say, enough is enough? Are our leaders listening, or are they waiting for the same fire to reach their gates? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share this video with someone who believes in African freedom and economic justice. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because Afriscope TV is where truth meets action. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this video are based on publicly available information, news sources, and independent analysis. Afriscope TV does not claim to represent any government, political party, or movement. Our goal is to amplify African voices, educate the public, and spark meaningful conversations on global and continental issues. We encourage our audience to engage critically, verify facts independently, and participate in peaceful, lawful civic discourse. This content is for informational and educational purposes only.